I can see that.
Hello, Mrs. Nurick. He looks well, doesn't he? Looks very, very well. A bit pale, perhaps.
Push forward so you can see that way. There's folks in the trees. There's folk behind you in the trees. Look, how cool is that? So good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Traquair House on this very special occasion, the marriage of Rosie and Tom. My name is Caroline Pearson and I'm a registered celebrant with the Humanist Society Scotland, and I am really delighted that Rosie and Tom have invited me here to conduct their wedding ceremony today. As friends and family, you have been a very big part of their story up until now, and they've asked you here to share in their marriage and to help them to celebrate. Today they begin a new chapter of their lives as a married couple, and we are here to celebrate with them. Even if many of you never thought that this day would ever come. Rosie and Tom have chosen a humanist wedding today because it allows them to legally conduct their wedding in a way that's personal and meaningful to them. Humanism is an ethical life stance about respecting and caring for one another. We can all lead good and worthwhile lives guided by compassion and reason, and these are values that make sense to these lovely people. Thank you all for coming to be here in this grove. These yew trees have been here for hundreds of years, presumably once part of the Ettrick forest. This ancient forest stretched along the Tweed Valley, one of its keepers living as far back as 1291. Some say it's even older. Feel free to take a moment to listen to where we are, the Ettrick burn, the sound of the wind in the trees and the birds, as we look forward to the future. Thank you, and thank you for coming to this wee rural corner of the Borders. When she was little, Rosie had many an excellent summer here at Traquair, and I'm sure that today will add to the many happy memories Tom has of the area, flinging himself down these hills on his bicycle. For centuries, symbolic gestures have been a part of wedding ceremonies, and one of the oldest and most traditional is that of exchanging and wearing wedding rings. A Celtic tradition is that of blessing or warming the rings. So Peter, would you join us? Would you show everyone the rings? So as you can see, these have been tied with a piece of ribbon, and in a moment Peter's going to hold the rings in his hand and he's going to warm them with the warmth of his hand and his love and his best wishes, and then he's going to pass them on. And as they pass to you, fill them with your love and your best wishes, your blessings if you like, until they go right round our company and they come back to Charles, and he's going to hand them across the exchange later on. So there you go, Peter, you start that off. So, to start our ceremony formally, we're going to hear first from Rosie's friend, Kat.
Marriage is not a house or even a tent. It's before that, and colder. The edge of the forest, the edge of the desert, the unpainted stairs. At the back, where we squat outside eating popcorn. The edge of the receding glacier, where painfully and with wonder, at having survived even this far, we are learning to make fire.
So where did this journey first begin that brings us here today? Rosie and Tom met 4 years ago. On date number 3, Rosie surprised Tom, and indeed herself, by inviting him to spend New Year on Iona with her, braving driving rain and the rail replacement bus service. And thanks go to Mel for being such a great wing woman. From then on, Tom spent most evenings subtly transporting more and more clothes, books and bicycle parts to Rosie's house. He soon passed muster with Rosie's cat Gonzo and her grandmother Catherine, the only 2 opinions that mattered. They're still debating when the prospect of marriage was first raised. Rosie maintains that Tom started it in a bar 6 months after they met. Tom can't remember this. And he does admit to effectively proposing on Rosie's birthday on a train 2 months after that. The official proposal happened with a quick exchange of rings on a blustery December evening on Arthur's Seat. But much more interesting was the philosophical debate that broke out when they were sitting perched on the edge of the Ile de France in Paris. Whilst they should have been happy drinking red wine and looking down at the Pont d'Art, Tom thought it a good idea to bring up his idea about love, framing it as, in part, a choice. To him, it is all the more meaningful to make an open-eyed, conscious decision and to be able to understand why he liked Rosie so much. This was meant with the best of intentions, making it all the more meaningful that they were together. This, however, did not sit well with Rosie at that time, who was getting drunk on the sparkly light, the reflections on the water, and €8 wine. She wanted romance and some sense of cosmic togetherness. They didn't speak for 20 minutes. Nevertheless, their ideas have since dovetailed. When not drinking and overcome by the city of lights, they have since worked out what the other was trying to say, and they agree wholeheartedly with each other, which is good. So as you've heard from their story, Rosie and Tom are in love, and love is a key ingredient in any successful marriage, but it's complex and it's unique to each couple. So to understand this a little more, I asked each of them to tell me 3 things that they loved about each other. But I asked them to do this individually and in secret. So it's not just the first time that you're going to hear what they said, it's the first time that they're going to hear it too. So what does Rosie love about Tom? And I quote, his optimism. He has the energy and temperament of an adolescent golden retriever. His work ethic is something to behold. Watching him just get on with things is one of the most motivating and inspiring things that I've seen. And thirdly, his reading voice. This speaks for itself. One of my favourite things to do is throw a book at him and demand that he read it aloud. Now, Rosie warned me that her 3 things would be likely shorter than Tom's, and as he has sent me 3 wordier things, but just in case they were too verbose, he sent me 3 smaller things. He assures me that they are no less important. She's not wrong. They are all lovely, and who doesn't want to hear lovely things about themselves, written with such care by the person that they love? So I'm going to just share them all. He starts sitting next to her, forehead to forehead. She recharges me. After being exhausted by talking or people or life, I know I can plonk myself down near her and imagine a small battery indicator rapidly filling up with a satisfying whoosh ping. I am rejuvenated, and I don't know how she does it. I think she'd step a wee bit closer. So after 4 years, he adds, I am still finding out great things. I caught her singing properly for the first time only months ago, and it tickled my heart. She's opened my eyes to a whole different way of seeing things, from tearing into old movies to working out how people tick to seeing some incredible places. I know that 4 and then some, many more years from now, I will only be finding out more things with her. Thirdly, she's really good at mime. Waiting at Wolverhampton train station, she imitated perfectly, getting dragged around a corner by a shepherd's crook around her head. She can communicate with me for an entire morning with barely a word. If she didn't have such a beautiful voice, there'd be a stellar career in silent movies. He goes on to add, she's an amazing singer and has grown comfortable around me for me to be treated to the best renditions of songs. Though these may be in the shower, they are by no means shower songs. She believes that life is too short to be anything less than 100% happy, and she also chose to be with me. And he finishes, she makes the world feel bigger and more exciting than I had thought possible. So we're going to continue with another short reading, this time from Tom's mum, Helen. Oh, cheers.
Having a Coke with you is even more fun than going to San Sebastian, Irun, Hendaye, Biarritz, Bayonne, or being sick to my stomach on the Travesera de Gracia in Barcelona, partly because in your orange shirt you look like a better, happier Saint Sebastian, partly because of my love for you, partly because of your love for yoghurt, partly because of the fluorescent orange tulips around the birches, partly because of the secrecy our smiles take on before people and statuary. It is hard to believe, when I'm with you, that there can be anything as still, as solemn, as unpleasantly definitive as statuary. And right in front of it, in the warm New York 4 o'clock light, we are drifting back and forth between each other like a tree breathing through its spectacles. And the portrait show seems to have no faces in it at all, just paint. You suddenly wonder why in the world anyone ever did them. I look at you, and I would rather look at you than all the portraits in the world, except possibly for the Polish rider, occasionally. And anyway, it's in the Frick, which thank heavens you haven't gone to yet, so we can go together for the first time. And the fact that you move so beautifully more or less takes care of futurism. Just as at home, I never think of the nude descending a staircase, or at a rehearsal a single drawing of Leonardo or Michelangelo that used to wow me. And what good does all the research of the Impressionists do them when they never got the right person to stand near the tree when the sun sank, or for that matter, Marino Marini when he didn't pick the rider as carefully as the horse? It seems they were all cheated of some marvellous experience which is not going to go wasted on me, which is why I'm telling you about it.
Thank you. Rosie and Tom, look at one another and remember this moment in time. Today is the day that you are able to affirm who you are and what you have as a couple, and declare it to those who matter to you. And as we come to the central part of our ceremony this afternoon, Rosie and Tom will make vows of commitment. Would you like to hold hands? You're getting married, it's not like Rosie and Tom, I ask you now, having considered your marriage, alone and together, are you ready to make your vows?
Yes.
Always good when you say that. So Rosie and Tom have written their own vows, and they tell me that they have spent too much time agonising over with close reading and connotations of every word, but I think they're beautiful. Tom, do you take Rosie to be your wife, your friend and your love? Do you vow to love her and promise to tell her exactly, and promise to take her exactly as she is, and also to accept and look forward to all the things that she will become? Do you promise to support her in all the things she chases, from career changes to harebrained schemes? Do you promise to keep Rosie well supplied with strong coffee and your best advice? And do you promise to never forget to appreciate what you have in Rosie and never stop making an effort, even if being with her feels second nature?
I do.
Rosie, do you take Tom to be your husband, your friend and your love? Do you vow to love Tom and to promise to take him exactly as he is, and also to accept and look forward to all the things that he will become? Do you promise to support him in all the things that he chases, from career changes to harebrained schemes? Do you promise to keep Tom well supplied with strong coffee and your best advice? And do you promise to never forget to appreciate what you have in Tom and never stop making an effort, even if being with him feels second nature? So Rosie and Tom, you'll now make your legal declarations and exchange rings. The wedding ring is of course a circle, and it has no beginning and no ending, and it symbolises unity and infinity. It's a reminder of promises made and received. So Charles, do we have the rings?
We do
It's
have them.
always fantastic. Do you undo them?
Are they undone?
He can undo them now. So these rings now contain something more precious than the precious metal that they're made from, because they contain the love and the best wishes and the blessings of all of you here. So thank you for that. So Charles, would you pass Tom's ring to Rosie? So the big ring to Rosie. Thank you. And would you take his left hand? And would you take his third finger? Fourth, well, which? Okay. I would you repeat these words after me. I, Rosie,
I, Rosie,
accept you, Tom,
accept you, Tom,
in marriage, to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of my love and commitment.
of my love and commitment.
Please feel free to put on your ring. And Charles, would you please pass Rosie's ring to Tom? And would you take her left hand? Good choice. And Tom, would you please repeat these words after me as you place the ring on Rosie's finger? I, Tom,
I, Tom,
accept you, Rosie,
accept you, Rosie,
in marriage,
in marriage,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token,
of my love and commitment.
as a token of my love and commitment.
Please feel free. On your ring. you have both made a binding contract, Rosie and Tom, by virtue of these declarations made in my presence and in the presence of your witnesses and your guests. I have the very greatest of pleasure in declaring that you're married. Please feel free to kiss. Schedule, and that's going to be witnessed by Melanie Allen and Adam Logan. That's going to take a couple of minutes, so please feel free to relax, and we will continue with the rest of the ceremony shortly.
Right.
You look great too. I love this. Just squiggles.
Happy to jump in? Don't think you're in it right now.
Oh my god, it's all legalised now, Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, anyone like to take pictures?
Yeah, look at the page.
Yeah, that was a bit too casual.
Mary would do it.
Cummins, join me. Cummins, join me. Yes.
It's good to see you because that's
With the legal formalities now concluded, we can enjoy a song from Rosie's brother Sam and friend Jim. Take it away, gentlemen.
The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. Love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it is just transcendental. Some of it is just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me and you can sing me anything. The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you want to give me wedding rings and I love it when you give me things and you want to give me wedding rings.
Gentlemen, that was lovely. So we are moving towards the end of our ceremony, after which you're invited to join our bride and groom for a drink. And it's time to celebrate, relax, party and enjoy good company. So on behalf of Rosie and Tom, thank you for coming today to share this special time with them. And I hope that you'll agree, I think we've shared a wee bit of magic here this afternoon. Rosie and Tom, may your intentions and commitment to one another remain strong, and may the foundation of your relationship be the respect and love you so obviously share. Remember this day, everyone who came to wish you well, the words that you've spoken, and the love that you've declared. Go forward in your life together with the warm good wishes of everyone who loves you and please live happily ever after. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, would you please stand? Especially you with the recording. Please, would you welcome with your applause and your cheers as I introduce you for the very first time as a married couple to Rosie and Tom.
I don't think anyone's going to notice that.
It's the flashing that I've got you. I've got you. Lucy? It's all good.
Penny, do you want me to come round? Oh, right.
I know, I don't even want to back.
Well done, Penny.
I thought that was
Actually,
really
they did
lovely.
well. They
And
did well.
it is sort of magical. Sort of,
But no, it
we
worked
were
out.
waiting
It
for
worked
Puck
out.
to come.
Yeah, it worked out better than I thought with the space.
Yeah.
I tried really hard not to cry until I was just like,
Right.
I know.
Well done, Penny. That was very commendable, dear.
I should just to purely get stuff.
So, Penny's gone roosting.
We'll be up there as well. Take a book and go up.
It's harvest for making the chutneys and.
Oh yeah, we did the same.